You're listening to That Teacher podcast, hosted by me, Alyssa McDonald. I'm that teacher who decided enough was enough and started an online business to fund my own 2-year maternity leave from my teaching job. This journey has been life-changing, bringing me opportunities to lead and grow in ways I never thought possible. Now, I'm on a mission to help other educators, moms, and impact-focused entrepreneurs find ways to build the online business of their dreams so they can have the time freedom and financial freedom they deserve. So grab a cup of coffee and let's bring your wildest dreams to life. Okay, it's 10 p.m. on Sunday night when I'm recording this. I'm actually just finishing up with sending out the replay of the Unstuck Teacher Workshop, which was tonight. It was awesome. So much fun, unlike any other workshop I've ever done. I'm going to post the audio here on the podcast for you to listen to in case you want to play it in your car on the way to school instead of watching the video. But I'll also link the video replay in the show notes so that you can go watch that if you want to see the slides. It is a lot of stopping and working. It comes with a workbook and a Canva whiteboard to mind map on. So I'll link that in the show notes, and you may want to spend some time on it, when you're not driving or doing dishes or whatever you do when you're listening to a podcast. But for now, you could just give it a first listen. It does expire in 7 days. I am taking it down. So this podcast episode will self-destruct in 7 days. So make sure you listen this week. And you'll also hear at the end, but I'm going to reveal it right now, that I launched something new. I'm so excited about this. I have been thinking about it for months. I've been feeling a little stuck about the direction of my business in general because, and really a lot of the reason is because I've evolved over time and learned so much and have so many different things to talk about. And also my core membership, Teacher Hustle University, a lot of these people have been with me since I started the membership in 2019. If you're one of them, shout out. You guys are amazing and support everything I do. And I just could not be more thankful for you always showing up for me. But you've all evolved and changed over time. You've either started your business and then grown it and shifted directions and added income streams, or you've stepped away from business and you're actually doing something different with your career, or you've started remote work, or you're doing contract work, or you're having babies and you're in parenting, or whatever life stage or professional stage you're in. I still want to be able to support you, even if it's not digging into marketing advice, because I feel like I am a good facilitator of clarity. I've been told. So that's why I was experimenting with this workshop. And then I thought about how I could create a more permanent container other than just this workshop for that kind of work and support. And I thought about all the pieces of Teacher Hustle University that worked really well because we've cultivated a really cool community of people. It's a small community, but it's such a great group of people, this core group that really support one another. And I think it's thanks to a lot of things we did in the beginning of THU back in 2019. So I took a lot of those same concepts and I've decided to facilitate a space that is for educators at any stage in their personal or professional growth journey, educators who are looking to grow and lead and innovate and connect with other educators who will lift them up and cheer them on, help them find the things they need to get to their next milestone. Because we don't always have that support in our schools or from our admin or even from our friends in real life. They don't always get it, right? So I wanted to give you a space where you could connect with just educators who get it, that teacher. And so we have opened the doors to That Teacher Network. I'm really excited. There's nothing else like this out there. It is a co-created community space for educators, meaning that when you sign up for this space, you are actually signing up to create along with us. So this is not my community. This is your community. It is me just holding space for you all to connect, to go live and teach each other, to hold events, of course, I'm facilitating all of this, so it'll happen. But when you join the community, you're also going to contribute. You might share a resource or round up some job posts. It's basically, think of it as like a co-op or I don't know, anything else where people all contribute to one mission. We're all in it together. We're here to create our own growth ladders, since that is not laid out in teaching for us unless you want to be an administrator. We're coming up with our own pathways for growth together. There will be lots of, like I said, job opportunity sharing, contract work opportunities, live events, guest speakers, ways to connect. And it's all within a platform that's really designed for connection. I think you're going to love it. I'm hoping that we can have swag and in-person meetups. We also have tokens that you'll earn for engaging. There's just all sorts of fun things happening. If you're listening to this on Monday, I also put a Starbucks gift card in the community. So if you come on over and join us, thatteachernetwork.com, you can also grab a Starbucks on me while you're listening to this podcast. So I hope to see you over there and enjoy the workshop. And don't forget to download all the resources in the show notes that go with the workshop and listen before the 7 days is up. Okay, enjoy. Here comes that workbook again. It is in Notion. You can choose whether you want the PDF to work on tonight. Yay. Okay, that's better. I was like, why is no one talking to me? You can choose if you want to use a PDF version tonight, or there is a Canva whiteboard version if you're more of a mind map person. We are actually going to be like doing actual work at this workshop. I won't just be talking at you the whole time. So be ready, have that window open to be doing that work. I, of course, can't give you a ton of time because I want to be mindful of your time. I know it's a Sunday night. A lot of you have school tomorrow. So we'll do some work here. You might end up doing some work on your own after the workshop as well. But my entire goal here is to help you unlock some clarity around what is your next big thing? What is your next step? And what are you excited about right now? What's going to make you feel fulfilled? So let's jump right in. And then, by the way, at the end, I have a really cool announcement. So I'm super excited about tonight. This is a workshop to inspire your next chapter. So you might notice that you've been feeling stuck. If you have some of these feelings that are very common amongst people in general, but also educators, because our pathway to growth is actually not as clear as it is for a lot of other people. So sometimes we can end up, I just saw that Maria said, is the mute and camera automatically turned off? Let me know if you can't hear me or see me, but I think I should be good to go. I'm going to keep going. You all are muted and you don't have cameras on. Maybe that's what you're asking. Yes, you're good. It's all chat. So if you've been feeling misaligned or you've been feeling unfulfilled, you maybe have this feeling like, oh, there's something more for me, but I can't quite figure out what it is. Maybe you're unsure about what steps am I supposed to take next? What am I going to do here? What is my next big thing? I'm ready for it, but I don't know what it is. If you're having that feeling, let us know in the chat. I can totally relate. This happened to me about 10 years into teaching. I felt like I had kind of not maxed out my impact, but I had done a lot. I had grown a lot, had learned a lot, and I felt like I was ready for the next big thing, but I really couldn't unlock what that was. And that's my goal here tonight is I didn't have those resources to figure it out. I want to give you the resources to figure this out. You're in the right place. I want to be really careful about making sure you're in the right place because I ran a Facebook ad to this workshop and I had some comments on the Facebook ad that made me feel like maybe I was getting the wrong audience. So I want to make sure I'm saying this right up front. The quotes that you see here came from my community that I host. And these are the kind of educators that this workshop is going to work for. People who get really excited about learning, trying new things. One person says, started a mastermind group, so excited about where it will lead. Or I started a YouTube channel. I'm nervous, but I'm loving it. I'm having to make myself put it down. These are signs that you are truly a leader, truly an innovative and creative educator who is on a path for growth. Things like I'm nervous and excited and my brain is in overdrive, knowing I've got a group that's got me, that understands me. Sometimes just realizing that is wonderful. If you're the kind of teacher who says those kinds of things, I am talking to you. It's hard for me to put my finger on exactly who that teacher is. That's why we call it That Teacher. That's why my podcast is called That Teacher. You're that teacher who is looking for the next big thing. What are some signs that you're ready to get unstuck from this stuckiness? If you are someone who's open-minded, you are inspired by new connections, you love innovating, you like new projects, you're ready for clarity, and you might need some accountability to get to the next thing, and you're ready to let go of what's not serving you. I was feeling this way just before I came up with the concept for this workshop. I was feeling this way in business, and I ended up deleting my entire Instagram account. I don't know if anybody follows me and caught that last week, but that is me letting go of something that wasn't serving me. I felt like I had kind of grown out of the things that I was talking about on Instagram, and I wanted to expand what I was talking about. To do that, I decided to let go of everything I had created. I did archive it, by the way, instead of deleting it. So not totally committed, but letting go of things that are not serving those new goals. Maybe you are that teacher who is looking forward to doing things like being on podcasts, possibly you're maybe looking at a new job or settling into a new role within your school. Maybe you're thinking about doing presentations at a conference or attending a conference. Maybe you want to launch a website or a business. It doesn't really matter what you think your next step is, but I do want to give you a bunch of ideas and inspire you here in this workshop to do something new, something outside of your comfort zone to move you along on this growth journey. And that's what it's for. And if you're thinking to yourself, oh no, I don't know if I can do this, I'm never going to have enough time to reach for something new here. I just want money. I don't really care about like having a podcast. I just tell me how to make the money, or like I need out of education completely. I'm exhausted. I'm out. This is not for you if that's the case. That is not sort of like the mindset that you need to have to be on a path for growth. And I'm not going to be able to help you in this workshop. So make sure that those mindsets are not present and that you're fully open to growth. And if that's the case, this workshop could be really a game changer. If we haven't met before, my name is Alyssa McDonald. I am a mom of three. I drive a minivan, yes. I'm in my sports mom era. My kids are doing sports like every day. I love French fries. I was a fifth grade teacher for 13 years. I did leave teaching. I became a full-time business and marketing coach to teachers to help them build their personal brands and businesses. I've been doing that for 5 years. I then became an ed tech founder of a top 200 startup globally, which was a really cool experience. And now I do fractional chief marketing in ed tech. And I'm really excited to be here with you tonight. If we haven't met, I'm excited to just sort of share my perspective. If we have met, welcome back. Hopefully my workshops will get you thinking, get you inspired, and get you excited to do the next thing. I didn't mean for this slide to say this is not for you if, ignore that title. This one is supposed to remind you that this is for you if you're wondering things like, am I doing the right thing here? Maybe you started an online business and that was the thing you thought was going to make you hit a path for growth, but it's just like not been going the way you thought it was going to go. Or maybe you tried a new role and it didn't work out, or you're just not sure if you're on the right path. Sometimes it can also be hard to see if you're still making impact. And so you might have some like stickiness around, am I really making impact in education? Because that's what I set out to do, but am I really? And what kind of legacy am I leaving? What am I even doing here? What is my education career? When I look back on this thing, what am I going to say about it? These are some of the thoughts I wrestle with all the time. And so I wanted to start out this workshop by telling you that I also wrestle with these things. I'm not here running this workshop to tell you I have all the answers. I do that when I do my marketing workshops, but for this workshop, I don't have all the answers. What I'm here to do is help you unlock clarity. And I've heard that I'm good at that from some of the clients I work with. So I'm hopeful that I can do that for you, but I struggle with these things as well. So not all my pictures are pretty, right? I've been sharing on my Instagram lately, when I was in year 10 of teaching, I was turned down for a leadership position that I was 100% certain I was going to get, thought it was written for me. People were stopping me in the halls and asking me what happened. That was a point in my path where I was like, what am I even doing then? I've revamped my business a million times. I have tried different offers and tried pricing things different ways and had failures. I've worried that I'm doing the wrong thing. Most recently in ed tech, and this is not a typo, I took 252 meetings over 2 years. We counted, and all of them were a no, except for one. A VC is a venture capitalist for an investment in our ed tech company. That was a heck of a lot of no's. So there's a lot of doubt and there's a lot of failure along the way. I deleted my entire Instagram and I work too much. I work a lot. And I've got these kids. So I struggle too, but you have to see your journey as all part of your evolving your career journey. Nothing is wrong. Everything is right. And I want you to leave this workshop tonight thinking, I know exactly what I'm going to do next. Okay, so if you know me and you've been to a workshop before, you know at the end, I give away a Starbucks gift card. Love for somebody to walk away with that. All you have to do is kind of like pay attention, be involved during this workshop, and then stick around to the end to the giveaway. Tonight, we're going to be doing some journey mapping, which I think you're going to love. I'm going to take you through the core growth pillars, the things you might want to do if you're feeling ready for growth. I'm trying to take this sort of woo-woo, like abstract concept and really make it tangible for you. We're going to do a clarity quiz, and then we're going to come up with an action plan, and you're going to leave with that action plan. We're going to do the giveaway. I have a big announcement. And then I have a way for you to get the 43-page version of the Unstuck journal that you are holding in your hands right now. I'm going to tell you how to get the longer version for free. I'm going to tell you that at the end of the workshop. Yes, I'm bribing you because I want you to stay. So here we go. Okay. My friend Katie, she posted on Instagram the other day about the different eras in her teaching career. And I was like, yes, that's exactly what I'm talking about. I want you to look at your education career. Christina said, yes, I want to get out of the classroom, but not out of education. It is possible to impact education in a million ways, whether you want to stay in the classroom for your entire career or you don't. And every move you make along the way, it's just a different part of your professional eras, right? No move you make is wrong. You have to see it that way, and you have to continue to push yourself toward the next era. And so for me, it was like I was in my teacher era, right? I gave everything to that. Being a fifth grade teacher was part of my identity. I was a good fifth grade teacher, a great fifth grade teacher. It was wonderful. It was a wonderful 13 years. I came to the end of it. And then I went in my business era and I gave that my all. And I'm still doing that. And I did that for 5 years. And then, I did my ed tech era. And I had a time in my life where I was kind of just mom. I wasn't really into anything in particular. I was just focused on my kids. That was my mom era. That's fine too. This is all part of your professional journey, and your personal journey overlaps this a lot. You'll see we'll refer to personal stuff quite a bit because there's a lot of overlap. Your goal, remember, is not to reach the top, but to find your path. And it's going to be unique and it's going to be different than anyone else. It's not going to be the same as mine or anyone you see in the chat. It's uniquely yours. So first thing we're going to do here is map out our eras. What are the big chunks of your impact on education or your education career, whether it's inside the classroom or outside the classroom, that you have gone through so far? What have your eras been? If you're in the workbook, the PDF workbook, there is a page where you can map out your journey in more of like a timeline format. If you are in the Canva whiteboard, it looks exactly like my screen here, and you can interact with it. I just dropped the link in the chat for anyone who didn't get it at the start of the workshop. You can click there. You'll be brought to a Notion page where you can find the links to both of those things I was just talking about. I'm going to play a song and a half or so, let you think through your different eras. Let us know in the chat what you're coming up with to help us get inspired as we're building out our eras. But maybe you had a professional development era. Maybe you had a certain passion area. Like I was really passionate about Reader's Workshop for a while. So I was like my Reader's Workshop era. It doesn't have to be a big career change to be an era. It was something you were passionate about for a while. And if you are someone in business, you've probably had a lot of eras if your business has evolved over time. All right, let me play a song and let you do some work. Don't forget to update us in the chat on how it's going. Okay. I love seeing your eras in the chat. A lot of we've got teaching, we've got business, we've got a little bit of everything. The whole point here is to acknowledge the different pieces of your journey. And I really love documenting this somewhere so that you can validate all of the parts, even the things that felt like mistakes or missteps or wrong turns, validate them so that you can then see clearly what your next era is going to be and acknowledge that you're going to try it for a little while. And maybe it's going to be part of your story for a long time, or maybe not, and that's okay. I love new teacher era. I didn't even think of that. Website designer era, overwhelmed era. Oh no. Yeah. Now, if you're in the overwhelmed era, let's get you out of it. Okay. Let's talk about the core ways you can grow. I really see this as four core pathways to growth. And you can play around with these, mix and match. They will probably be your different eras, right? And some of them are very money focused, income focused, growth pillars. And some of them are more about impact growth. I want to grow the amount of students I'm impacting or the way that I'm impacting. So we have business, career, leadership, and interests. Business and career, obviously more income driven, leadership and interests, more impact driven. Feel free in the chat if you have an idea that I didn't mention here, but just a few ideas in each category, and maybe you'll want to screenshot this slide just to get you thinking. But you could start under business. You could start a new business if you haven't yet. If you follow me on Instagram, you know I love to talk about this. I've worked with thousands of teachers now that have doubled their teaching salary with a business, even more than that. Some who have not quite doubled their salary, but are making a couple extra thousand a month. They've learned lots of new skills. It's been a very valuable thing for them. Maybe you have a business, but you're ready to start a new income stream. You're wanting to kind of go in a different direction. That's fine. Or adding an income stream. Maybe you're ready to grow your business with a new strategy or a new platform that you've never tried before. That's a great path for growth. Maybe you're looking for new collaborations. You want to add in a new type of product or sell to a new audience type. Like a lot of the teachers I work with who have been working on their business for years are now looking to sell into schools. That would be a growth step, a growth pillar, some milestone that we're taking within the business growth pillar. In the career growth pillar, there are lots of different milestones like changing roles within your school, changing grade levels. Maybe you're looking for a leadership role and you're thinking about going to a different school to take that on. Maybe you're like, no, I want to get out of the school setting altogether. I'm thinking about switching to a remote job, but I want to stay in education. Maybe you're like, I want to build out my portfolio. I want to see what other things I can do. Maybe I can offer consulting or offer professional development as part of my career portfolio. Or maybe I'm going to take on part-time remote work or contract work, doing some more things related to my career. That would be some ideas for milestones within the career growth pillar. On the leadership side of things, remember, this is a little nuanced from career because this one is more about impact. So this is more about, I have a passion and I'm ready to share my thought leadership around that. And I'm ready to lead in that way. So sharing your thought leadership on a professional platform like LinkedIn is one milestone you could work toward. Attending a conference you've always wanted to go to, finding speaking opportunities, being part of virtual summits or hosting a virtual summit. I recently helped a group of educators like you all meet with ed tech companies to provide advisement, which was a paid opportunity, but was really about being able to impact educational technology and the tools our students are using. All wonderful milestones to work toward, all great ways to get yourself unstuck and working toward something new, something that's going to light you up and make you feel fulfilled. And lastly, interests. And these may or may not be related to education, but they still fill you up. And I believe that personal interests and acknowledging phases of our lives where we have these personal interests that we want to spend some time on allows us more space to be our full authentic selves in our careers. So let's acknowledge interests. Maybe you have a hobby you want to pursue, or you're looking for like a third space to feel more like yourself. For example, me, I feel like that right now. I work from home. I'm home all the time. I would love a space where I could go and feel a little more like myself. Learning a new skill or diving into research in a specific area where you're thinking you might want to grow. These are all milestones you could work toward in the 4 growth pillars. Here's a couple examples of some educators I've worked with who have done this in various different ways, just to, again, provide you with some inspiration and some ideas. This is not always about just income. A lot of it is about impact as well. So Laura, she's got a podcast. She has courses. She offers consulting. Lisa does freelancing. She advises ed tech companies. Renee has a podcast and a membership. Brienne has a YouTube channel, courses, and a TPT store. These are all educators impacting within their different passion areas. Lisa in Spanish, Brienne in high school geometry, Renee in early childhood, and Laura in occupational therapy. Still within the education field for the reasons we all got into this stuff, but kind of just thinking outside the box when it comes to setting the next milestone. Unfortunately, in education, that leadership pathway isn't so clear. We kind of have to make it ourselves. So it's about setting your next milestone, hitting it or not hitting it, and then setting another milestone for yourself so that you can feel the satisfaction that people get in other careers where they get to like climb the ladder, right? We have to make the ladder ourselves because it's not been created for us. Unless you want to become a principal in education, the leadership pathways aren't as clear as I believe they should be. Now, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on the wheel of life. This is more of like a life coaching activity. I'm sure you've seen it before. Definitely not my area of expertise by any means, but I did want to bring it up here, and I did provide you with a few templates to use, and you can color on it while I'm talking if you want. But the idea here is to kind of assess the different areas of your life and how satisfied you're feeling in each area. Because maybe it's the case that you can't unlock this sticky thing because of some area in your life that we're not touching on this evening. Maybe something in your personal life or with your finances or with your health. And I want to acknowledge that you are a whole person. And so I'm talking to you tonight about business and career and leadership, but you're a whole human. So there may be another area of your life that you need to kind of like think through and address. And this wheel of life is sort of like a self-assessment that can help you figure out where you need to spend some time next. So again, I won't stop here, but do know that you have that resource available. It's pretty self-explanatory. Just assess yourself in the different areas and see what you need to work on. There's a version in the PDF journal and a version on the Canva whiteboard if you prefer that. All right, so let's dive into kind of the clarity quiz. Let's get some clarity. First, we have to understand, what am I really passionate about? There was a mentor I was on a phone call with just about a month or so ago, and I had been feeling stuck for what felt like a really long time. And this mentor said to me, Alyssa, you've gotten yourself so far down this path of it's like I had gotten so far off path that I forgot why I started in the first place. Has anybody ever had that feeling? And she said to me, why did you get into this in the first place? What really lights you up? What are you really excited about? And that really, it seems so simple, but it was so profound for me in that moment because it was like, oh, yeah, I love connecting educators with opportunities. Period, full stop. That's like what I can point every single thing I've ever done since I left the classroom to that, is providing teachers with opportunities. That is just what I'm passionate about. So I'd love to give you some time to just get back to what it is you're passionate about. And I have no idea how to say this, but I'm sure you've seen this before. The different components that go into this question, right? It's like, there are the things that you are good at. There are the things that you love. There are the things that you do within your work. There are the things the world needs. There are things you can get paid for. It's impact, a mix of impact and income and passion and all of this coming together to kind of help you find that really truly fulfilled place. And it might be a while before you really truly feel like you're in that moment and can like live in it for a minute. But I think it's good to acknowledge that we have to like revisit our passions a lot and realign ourselves. So let's get realigned right now. I'm going to walk you through a couple examples before I stop and play you a song and let you work. But We're going to answer this question, what fills my cup? And there's no right answer here. This is like a brain dump just to help you realign to your passions. We can uncover what fills our cup by thinking about what are we reading and what are we listening to right now? That's giving us a major clue. We can also, so for me, it's cooking, travel, and I'm thinking a lot about communities, virtual communities that work really well. Hint, hint, as to my announcement later. Where are you hanging out? Where have you been spending your time? Anytime I get out of the house, I'm going to library, coffee shop. I should have put Kohl's on there because I also go to Kohl's or Target. What communities are you spending time in? For me right now, it's like the sports mom friend group, Teacher Hustle University, which is my program, has a really supportive community. I hang out on Instagram a lot and chat in the DMs there. I consider that a community. And then who are people that you follow that you really admire? For me, Jessica is someone I follow who invests in education. She went from being a teacher to an investor. I definitely can't be an investor right now. I'm not in that position, but someday I hope to make a difference in that way. And then Sergio is someone I've also met in the business space who's a mentor of mine that I really admire. What have you been talking about a lot? When you talk to other teachers or you're talking about professional stuff, what are you talking about? I talk about business growth, communities, connection, and opportunities for teachers. And then what have you been searching for? This could be literally searching for on Google. That can give you a big clue. Or what have you been figuratively searching for? Maybe it's money-making opportunities. Maybe it's, for me, I've been looking for ed tech companies to connect with so that I can help educators connect with them and ways to grow. So I'm going to give you some time to brain dump into all of these boxes. Again, there's a PDF version, there's a Canva whiteboard version, but there's a second step here. Sorry, I have a really bad cough, and if I start, I'm not going to be able to stop. So I'm going to whiz through this and give you some time to work. You're going to answer why. Why are these the things you're paying attention to right now? And that's where you're going to unlock that fulfillment. Okay, I'll give you some time to work and myself some time to cough. Oops. Let us know in the chat if you had any epiphanies as you were working through that activity. Feel free to continue it after the workshop and let us know how it goes. I went and got a cough drop, so hopefully I'll be better here. Maybe you uncovered something about your passion. Maybe you uncovered a little something about what's next. Maybe you're starting to think about what your next milestone might be. If at any time during the workshop that becomes clear to you, let us know. You need some light bulb moments here. What we're thinking about, what we're bookmarking on Instagram, what we're reading about, what we're interested in, it's ever evolving. So we need to be paying attention to it in order to build out our growth journey. But there's also probably a core mission. Like I mentioned, that I really like helping connect educators to opportunities. That's sort of a new thing. When I was teaching, that obviously that wasn't my goal. My goal was more centralized to students. But there might be a central mission that's starting to unfold maybe for this era. And there's just different ways in which you're expressing it. So how will I express this passion now? There are a million ways to express your passion, but I want to make this as tangible as possible. Getting unstuck needs to be tangible because the more abstract we keep it, the more stuck we are. So what are some tangible milestones I can set for myself on my growth journey? Now I've ordered the bullet points underneath each of these. Again, screenshot it. I've ordered them from least risky to most risky. And by risky, I mean just like it's going to take some mindset work. It's going to be maybe a little scary, maybe downright terrifying to do the third bullet for some of you. For some of you, it'll be easy as pie because you've already been doing it. But I ordered them in that way so that you could kind of start to ease your way in. But let's think about podcasting, for an example. You could think about your passion area. You could start listening to a podcast around that passion area. You could pitch yourself to be a guest on a podcast. It's a little scarier, right? Or scariest, create your own podcast. Social media. You could join a Facebook group and contribute to the community discussion there regularly. That could be a milestone. You could start posting on social media if you've never done that before. Or maybe if you're already on social media, you decide you're going to go live every Thursday, you're going to have like a fireside chat or a coffee chat with a new person. And you're going to do that for a month or so. And that's a milestone you're going to give yourself to share and express your passion right now. Maybe you're going to take a class. Maybe you're going to take an in-person class. Like, oh my gosh, wouldn't that be fun? Or an online class. Or maybe you're going to host a PD in a space where you're a little more comfortable, like at your school or in a familiar community, like a familiar Facebook group. Or maybe you're going to go all out and sell a class or an in-person workshop. If you're going to do that, I'll plug my ed tech company, Pop PD here, poppd.co. We host your online classes for professional development. Okay. Under community, maybe you decide I want to join a community and be the thought leader there. I want to show up, answer questions, provide value. Or maybe I want to see if I can be a moderator of a community, get a little more involved. Or maybe I want to create my own community. That's a little scarier. Networking, highly encourage you to create a LinkedIn profile if you don't already have one. I have a workshop on this. If you need it, you can grab it on my website at any time, alyssamcdonald.com. Just go to workshops. Highly recommend just set up your profile and start making connections. Even if this is not your milestone, like please go do that tonight. It's really worthwhile and can start to unlock a lot of this stuff just by reading on LinkedIn. I think it's a very underestimated platform for educators who are looking to grow. You could also create posts on LinkedIn to build out your personal brand, a little scarier. Or scariest, you could start reaching out to schools and selling or applying to jobs or looking for part-time work and applying to that on LinkedIn. Speaking, this would be a huge milestone for me. I can speak all day on Zoom, but put me in person and I'm going to black out and fall off the stage because I'll be so nervous. So maybe you start with studying great speeches. Maybe you write your own TED Talk. You create your signature talk and you give it to a small audience. And then maybe you start giving your signature talk regularly. Set one of these milestones for yourself. No one else is going to set this for you. So if you're growth minded and you've been searching for something, you set this and then you've got to try to hit it. So what do I need to let go of? I just realized I still have my music on just like a tiny bit. Sorry if that was distracting. What do I need to let go of? So one of the things that we can do that's a mistake is start to add something new and not let go of something old. And then we overwhelm ourselves and we can't do anything well because we've not let anything go. And I'm definitely one that needs to hear this slide, but here are some different things you can let go of. Just to give you some ideas. Commitments, things that you've said yes to that are no longer serving you, that it would be a little bit scary, but you could say no to it. Business tasks you feel like you should be doing, but you hate. If your Instagram isn't working for you and people have been telling you you should be using it, but it's not helping your business, get rid of it. Nobody's saying you have to. Make way for something new. Replace it with something new that you're going to grow through. Maybe you need to let go of friendships that are not helping you grow, that are actually pulling you down. Maybe you need to let go of fears or being in your comfort zone, things that you've been scared of doing for a long time. You've got to let go of that. Maybe you've got to let go of some habits like not spending a lot of time on social media necessarily. I'm not here to tell you that, but if maybe you get down a rabbit hole of like imposter syndrome when you go on social media, you need to put a boundary around that for yourself. Maybe you need to let go of procrastination or saying yes to all the things. Maybe you need to let go of limiting beliefs like imposter syndrome, past failures or regrets that you're kind of hung up on, or blaming others. These are all things that we just need to acknowledge and let go of if we're going to make room for growth. Amanda, like being on the boards of other organizations instead of focusing on your own. Yes, distractions, let go of distractions. If something is not serving you, it might be a distraction. Okay, so how do we do this? How do we put our milestone into action? I circled the first one because you have to pick something. You have to pick a milestone. So many of the educators I work with get stuck in analysis paralysis. They just can't pick. Pick a milestone. It doesn't matter if you don't hit it. It doesn't need to be the right answer. You just need to start moving toward something as small as writing your speech for a speaking engagement you might do down the road. Pick something. Then get support and get accountability. If you don't have the resources you need and you don't have the community and accountability around you, if you're not surrounding yourself by innovative people who think like you, you're not going to get it done. This is something I was definitely searching for. I was looking for who are the people who are like me, who won't drag me down because I'm doing something new, who won't say, oh, Alyssa, how do you have time for all that? Or, Alyssa, you're always doing so much. Why do you do so much? I wanted to hang around people who said, what are you doing next? What's next for you? What are you excited about? I'm excited for you. Find those people. That is key. I love seeing that some of you are putting in the chat and inspiring one another with what you're going to do. So this part we're going to do together. I feel like this is like we're writing our shared book in class together. But I'd love to know, get out of this so I can type on it. What are some of the milestones that you're going to set? I see a couple in the chat. What are some of the milestones you are going to set for yourself? Let's see. I see Tasha said, join community events. I'm going to put that under leadership. Follow motivational speakers, commenting on people who have similar hobbies and interests. Oh, learning a new language. That's a good one. I've heard great things about, what's it called? Duolingo. Networking. Focusing on healthy living. Ooh, being a life coach. Love that. Networking. Networking, I guess, could be for your career. It could be for your business. It could be for leadership. Could really be for all of the things. Also a hint as to what's coming later. Work on PD offerings. That could be a business thing or it could be a leadership thing. I saw join a community event. When anybody hold a community events, that would be a good next step for leadership, like hold a live panel or a summit, or even like give a talk in a community. There's a little talk about selling and how it can feel really hard to sell. I'm going to put that under business. Selling into schools. It is really hard, but it's part of your growth journey. Getting on LinkedIn. Write a code of ethics for educators. Holy cow. Awesome. And Amanda opening a school. That's so cool. Where should I put that? That's all the things, isn't it? Taking a class, doing a mentorship program. I might put taking a class under here because it could be on something you're interested in, like an area of growth. Could be a cooking class. Very cool. Okay. So we've co-created those milestones. We've got those set. We know where we're headed. We have a little bit of direction here. So you could walk away from this workshop and you could stay stuck. You could say, yeah, I set that milestone. I talked to Alyssa. I wanted to do that thing. I have a little bit of clarity, but I don't know. I'm still scared. I don't know. I still feel like I'm not good enough. I don't know. I don't know how to get started. I don't know. That's really hard. And not do anything. That's the easiest thing to do. The easiest thing to do when you walk away from this workshop is go back to your old habits and fears. You could continue to search for ideas. Continuing to search for ideas puts you in the cycle of searching for ideas and never, ever, ever following through on one. Don't make yourself feel guilty if you do that. Just don't do that when you walk away from this workshop. Remember, pick something. Pick anything. Pick one thing and start to work yourself toward that. Maybe you're going to start out, but then lose steam along the way. Has that ever happened to anybody? That happens to me sometimes too. That can be a sign that maybe you actually want to change your milestone. But go back through this workshop. I'm going to send you the replay after this and like do all these exercises again if that milestone starts to feel like it's not aligned anymore. And you could keep plugging away on your own, but I don't want you to do that. I want you to find the support you need based on the milestone you've chosen. I want you to find the live events, find the communities, find the classes, find the resources to do that next thing. And then I want you to surround yourself with people who say, that's exciting. I'm so excited for you. Did you see this resource? Did you try that? What do you think about this? Put yourself purposefully in the room with people who will do that. Whether that means you find a community of those people, you hire a business coach or a life coach, like some people mentioned. I work with Amanda on this. I've worked with her for years. We talk all the time. We talk through when she gets a sticking point. We work through it and we come up with the next step. Surround yourself with people who will do that for you and do it on purpose. Get inspired to move toward bigger things and find some accountability to keep moving toward that milestone. If you don't do the things on the right, I promise you'll walk away from this and you will stay stuck. Love the comments I see in the chat. So let's build some momentum. I was going to type in this, but I'll let you just type in the chat, and I guess I will type in it. What kinds of support do you need now to keep going with this milestone that you've just chosen? Tell me in the chat, what are you looking for to help you? Somebody mentioned a life coach. Find my people. Accountability partners. Resources, like Amanda said, like finding grants. Yep. If you're looking for a job, I would assume you wanting to look for job postings. Accountability partners. Okay, need to change my business model. Great. So looking for business resources. Trying to figure out if I'm going to do that new business model. What does that look like? Ooh, systems. Wait, where might that go? Systems and productivity. So you need resources specific to the milestone, I think is what those last couple are about. It's like, depending on what you're working on, you're going to need some specific things. Funding. Yes. Awesome. Simplifying. Oh, we need to yeah. I think that might go even over here too, with this like reminders to simplify. So I've kind of put these into three categories here, which is what I was hoping you would do in true teacher form. I'm thinking of this one as community supports. That has to do with surrounding yourself with the right people. I'm thinking of these as opportunities, being able to find the right opportunities. And then you need resources. You need classes, trainings, tips, tricks. You need the clear next steps forward, right? So you need to know what the opportunities are. You need to have the stuff to get there. And then you need the people around you. Boom. Good job, class. Very good. That is exactly what we need to be successful. And so when you leave this workshop tonight, you need to find this stuff to keep yourself moving. On to, oh God, I went ahead of the announcement. Wait, I need a drum roll. So for me, I have been going through all of the steps in this workshop. And if you know me, you know, this has been on my mind for, oh my God, Alyssa, stop clicking. This has been on my mind for years. I have been working on this ed tech startup for a long time. I've worked on my business. I have been ready to expand what I'm doing, and I haven't been able to land on how to do it. And when that mentor said to me, Alyssa, what are you really passionate about? And I, without hesitation, even though I've been thinking and overthinking and overanalyzing everything, without hesitation, I said, helping teachers find opportunities. And then Amanda, who is here, said to me on one of our coaching calls, Alyssa, you helped me get unstuck. You helped me find clarity. And that's where I came up with the idea for this workshop. And I realized I wanted to expand what I talk about and what I help people with beyond just business. I love talking about business and marketing, and I will definitely still do that. But I want to expand to help you no matter where you are, whether you're in business, career, leadership, you're finding a new interest, whatever your next big thing is, I want to help you find it. Because let's face it, business is great. Business isn't for everybody. I want to help every educator find the leadership opportunities I could not find at year 10 of teaching. So, okay, drum roll. This thing that I'm about to introduce is for teachers, educators, innovators who are finding their unique path to growth. And the whole purpose of this, and I'm so excited because there's never been anything like it before, is to empower educators like you to find fulfillment today, tomorrow, the next day, the next year, through the next big thing, whatever that is, in your personal and professional journey. So let's go. Here it is, introducing That Teacher Network. I'm so stinking excited about this. Again, it's unlike anything I've ever done before. It's unlike anything I've ever seen. And I have this massive belief that this is going to be the thing that helps teachers find their journey and feel great about it and continue to move along on their journey. This is the career ladder that has not been laid out for us. This is us laying it out for ourselves together. That Teacher Network is not about me. I want to say that first and foremost. You will not see my face on the sales page. You will not. It is not about me. It is about all of you. It's co-created. I am facilitating a space for you to find the resources you need for your next big thing, no matter what that is, to connect with opportunities that you wouldn't find elsewhere or that would be just too confusing and overwhelming to find. Things like job opportunities, collaboration opportunities, even like Amanda was saying, grant funding opportunities. Also events, live speakers, networking events, accountability groups, peer masterminds, all these things that I found in my business community work really, really well. But we're going to expand that community conversation to include any next step for you, whether that's in business, career, leadership, or in your interests. This co-created community, I just saw Emma said, will this work for overseas? This is virtual. There will be a lot of events, but all these events will be in different time zones. So I promise you'll find an event that works for you. The reason there's going to be a lot of events is because this is a co-created community. When you join it as a That Teacher Network member, you are not only agreeing to take from the community, to get resources and get community, but also to give it. That's why I'm saying this is unlike anything you've seen before. So when you join, you should plan, and this might be challenging for some of you, but it's okay. Remember, we're going to be scared together. You should plan to host an event, host a live networking event, or give a micro talk, teach something, answer questions in the different rooms based on different interest areas and resources people need. If you're too nervous to go live, that's okay. Share an article, share a book, round up a bunch of podcasts that would help with a certain topic. You can even write a guest blog post. The blog is not quite ready yet, but we're going to have a co-created blog that's public, that is created by TTN members. I've never been so more excited about anything than I am about this. It feels like all the stars aligning based on what I'm passionate about. And I've had some really great initial feedback from people who've been poking around inside That Teacher Network. Samantha said, community is everything. It's just knowing there are people in similar situations who are as excited about the future as I am. It's made all the difference and keeps me motivated. Jen said, I'm excited to make new connections. I sometimes feel like where I am in life and my career is vastly different than my colleagues, so I keep it mostly to myself. Depending on your school situation, it can be hard to find other people like you. I know I had that problem too. So inside That Teacher Network, when you're joined, you're going to get access to our community. This space is off social media. It's on a platform called Mighty Networks. It has an app. It has a desktop version, so you can see there. It is meant for networking. It is not meant to be like a Facebook community or any other community you're a part of. This platform itself encourages in-person meetups. It helps you find people that are geographically located near you. It is meant for live events. It's meant for co-creation. It is literally meant for this. And some of the things we're doing in there are so exciting. You're going to have access to this 24/7 community. You can see when people are online. Totally reminds me of like throwback to when I was a teenager and there were chat rooms. There are chat rooms. that you can hop on if somebody's online and chit chat. We were just doing it last night. You're going to get resources and support that you need depending on your different milestones, live events from all of you and from guest speakers. You're going to be able to build meaningful relationships, find mentors, and find your next big opportunity. Plus, it's going to be really, really, really fun. We're also tokenizing this community. So you're going to earn tokens for engaging within the community, and you can exchange those tokens for gift cards, swag. It's going to be a lot of fun. And for me, this community is not about making money. In fact, the membership fees are meant to be like a no-brainer. I want you to join after tonight. And they're meant to pay for things like gift cards, prizes, swag, guest speakers, donations. We're going to be voting on different places we want to donate as a community. Really exciting stuff. So when you become a TTN member, you're going to be able to create your own profile where you can share your journey map and continue to map that out. You will be invited to have coffee chats, live events, guest speakers. I also am rounding up a bunch of discounts and perks for you. Job opportunities will be posted weekly. There will be opportunities for you to guest speak and build this space with us. Plus, you're going to get, if you join tonight before midnight Eastern time, my time, you're going to get the full Unstuck journal for free. It's 43 pages, similar to what you have in the one that I just gave you, but you'll get the full journal. You can print it out, journal your way through anytime you get unstuck, and it is just $16 a month. So really wanting to make this a no-brainer for you to join. And it is, you can cancel at any time. So if you get inside and you find this is not what you need, I don't think that's going to happen because I think you're going to love it. As long as you make a habit out of checking it. The way I did that is I put it right next to my Instagram on my phone. You can also pay for it by the year. So if you're like, no, I want to like fully commit and give this a year, you can pay for it by the year. Either way, you will get that Unstuck journal for free. You'll be able to come in, start your profile, start meeting people, start adding to the discussion, co-creating with us. When you get in there tonight, you're going to choose your plan, monthly or annually. By the way, if you do annual, you get 2 free months. So it's $160 annually. You do have to answer a few questions when you choose your plan so that we can just set you in the right headspace and make sure you agree to the rules. You're going to come in, you're going to say, hi, I'm going to be over there waiting for you. I've been like just sitting in the group, just like there's a little ding that goes off when somebody new joins or when something new happens. And it reminds me of like AOL Instant Messenger. It's like, to-do. And I'm like, oh, who's there? Who's there? Join any rooms that you see that you like. We have rooms for business, career, leadership. We have interest groups like parenting, neurodivergence. What else? We have travel. And we can also create rooms. So if you have a room that you want to create and you have a bunch of people that want to join that room and you want to facilitate that conversation, cool, we'll make you a room. You tell us what you want. It's me and a bunch of team members in there that are helping me out, a bunch of room facilitators that are helping me out. So tell us what you want and we'll build it together. Fill out your profile, download the app, and then we have a 21-day challenge where if you come in and check the group 21 days in a row to build a habit out of checking in with your network, we will assign you your first 10 tokens and you can start to save up your tokens and trade in for gift cards, which is just really fun. You get like a little badge on your profile. You'll also get a badge on your profile for being part of the first group to ever join that teacher network, the founding group. So excited for you to join and get this Unstuck journal. All right, let's give away this gift card. Everybody knows I like to wrap up my workshops with this. Please fill in this sentence in the chat and I'll choose one of you to get this Starbucks gift card. The sentence is, I used to think before this workshop, I used to think, but now I know. So what did you used to think before this workshop and what do you understand now that you've been through the workshop? Let me know in the chat and I'll pick a winner for our Starbucks gift card. In the meantime, I'm going to play you the little video.
Introducing the first co-created community for bold, authentic educational leaders who want to get inspired and hit their next
volume. I can't turn it up any higher, I don't think. Hopefully you can hear it. If you can't, it's on the website too.
Milestone, whatever that may be. Whether you're looking to start a podcast, join a book club, navigate a career pivot, start or grow your business, or something else, we empower you to find the next right step in your personal or professional journey. This community is not centralized around one leader or one topic. Instead, we are building a private off-social space for teacher leaders to support one another. When you join that teacher network, you agree to give more than you take and stay active. You should plan to participate, share resources, and attend live events regularly. We encourage you to co-create this space with us by voting on ideas for the group, helping make decisions about causes to donate to, and sharing the network. Join us on this grassroots mission to support growth-minded educators like you to find fulfillment and joy throughout their personal and professional journeys.
I'm so excited about this. I feel like this could be a really big thing for us as teachers, growth-minded teachers, to come together and build our own path. Who are we waiting for? Let's build our own path together. Okay, so we've got Yolanda. I used to think I was alone and stuck on my journey. Now I know I'm not alone and I have the steps I need to be on my future journey. Emma says, I used to think my journey was random, but now I know every step I've taken has led me to where I am now, ready to embrace a more confident business owner. Love it. I used to think I'm always, Tasha said, going to be stuck and I'm the only one. Now I know I can navigate my career and life with support and resources. I just have to take the first step. Yes, I love that. Marcy said, I used to think I was stuck in this era. Now I know with planning, oops, I just lost it. And thinking outside the box, I can create more. Awesome. Oh my gosh, so good. Love it. Okay, I'm going to close my eyes. I do the closed eyes and scroll back and forth, and I'm going to land on somebody. I landed on Yolanda. Yolanda, if you could email hello@alyssamcdonald.com, let us know that you won that gift card. My friend Nicole on my team will get that over to you tomorrow so you can get some coffee on me. I'm also putting a coffee gift card over in That Teacher Network for everybody to scan tomorrow. So everybody that joins tonight, you can have a coffee on me tomorrow morning as well. That'll be in the community. So I'll see you over there, I hope. That is the website, thatteachernetwork.com, if you want to check out more details. Remember that inside That Teacher Network, what you will get is whatever you give. We're doing this thing together, and I think together we can make a big difference for ourselves and for one another. So I hope to see you inside tonight. Either way, I will also send out the replay for this workshop. If it says an error, oh God, that would be horrible. Try just thatteachernetwork.com without the www. I think that's the problem. I've got to set up my www. Oh goodness. Thank you. Thank you, Christina. Perfect. So I hope to see you inside for all the resources, community events, and so you can build this thing alongside me. I hope you had a wonderful workshop. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I will talk to all of you soon. Thank you so much. Thanks for listening to That Teacher Podcast. I have a lot of resources for you in the show notes. Make sure you subscribe to my Monday mixtapes and tune in here to the podcast to learn more business and marketing strategy to help grow your business to the business of your dreams so that you can have the financial wiggle room you've been hoping for. Looking forward to supporting you in your journey.